Hello friends, I am Lakshmi. Welcome to XRS Info. Today we will continue with the methods of preparation of tablets. In the last class we discussed about direct compression. Today we will do dry granulation and wet granulation. So what is dry granulation? This is known as slugging, pre-compression or double compression. So what are slugs? Slugs are the flat-faced large size tablets which are flat-faced. These are prepared under heavy pressure on tablet press. So in dry granulation, first we have to prepare the slug. So this process is known as slugging. And when we prepare the finished tablet, it has to be compressed again. So this method is also known as pre-compression or double compression. So the blend of powders are compressed into slugs on specially designed tablet machines. After that, these slugs are broken into suitable sized granules. Okay, first we have to prepare the slugs and then these slugs are broken into suitable size of granules by passing through suitable device fitted with the sieve number 10 or 20. These sieve numbers are very important. Okay, you have to remember it thoroughly. Sieve number 10 or 20 is used for breaking these slugs into granules. After that, these granules are mixed with other ingredients or necessary additives, lubricants, etc. And after this granulation process, then these are again compressed into finished tablets. So this is the method of preparation of tablets under the process of dry granulation. First, the slugs are prepared, then these are broken down into granules, then the granules are mixed with other granulating and lubricating agent, necessary additives, then these granules are compressed into finished tablets. Okay. The next one is wet granulation. This is the most widely and general method used for the preparation of tablets. The main reason is that these tablets prepared by wet granulation meets all the qualities required for a good tablet. The main reason for this quality of this tablet is that this process undergoes many steps. Number of steps are there. First, you have to weigh the required crystalline materials by which you have to prepare the tablets. Then this has to be mixed thoroughly. Then undergoing the granulation process. After this granulation process, the wet mass is resulted and this wet mass passing through sieves, then drying. Then after drying, these are again undergoing sieves. Then dried masses passes through sieves. Then the other lubricating and necessary additives are added and finally it is compressed. So these much of multiple steps are involved in the process of wet granulation which results in the preparation of a good quality tablet. Let us discuss in detail about these steps. First, the crystalline substances are reduced into fine powder, okay, and these fine powders are mixed with other necessary ingredients. The major portion of the disintegrating agent is added. Before granulation and after granulation, the addition of disintegrating agent is divided into two parts. Major portion is added before granulation and some portion is added after granulation. In the earlier class, we have already discussed why this disintegrating agent is added in two portions. Revise those class and let me know in the comment box why this disintegrating agent is added two phases. After the addition of the disintegrating agent, this pass through sieve number 30 to 60. The number is important, you have to remember it. Sieve number 30 to 60 is used to pass this mixture. Then add dry binding agent if any. If there is no dry binding agent, then the granulating agent is added or binding solution which results in the production of wet mass. And the addition of proper quantity of granulating agent is very important. See, if the granulating agent is less than the required quantity, then what will happen? Poor quality tablet will produce. And what are the defects due to this less amount of granulating agent? These are capping. It may result into the defects, that is capping, addition or soft tablets. In the coming classes, we will discuss about the defects of tablet as a separate topic. Now you understand that the less quantity of granulating agent result in the formation of defective tablets which may lead capping, addition or soft tablets. And if the quantity of the granulating agent is excess, that is more than the required quantity, then what will happen? It leads to hard tablets. It leads to the formation of hard tablets. And what is the difficulty with the hard tablets? It delays the disintegrating time of tablets. So the proper quantity of granulating agent is very crucial. After the addition of the granulating agent, it has to be mixed continuously until uniform mass is obtained. Then this has to pass through sieve number 6 to 20. These granules are spread in layers and dried in an oven at a temperature of 60 degree, not more than 60 degree. The temperature is also we have to remember. It's a very important point. After drying, these granules are again broken up and passed through a proper screen to obtain granules of proper size. These granules are not in the proper size, but when you pass through this proper screening, then it resulted in the formation of granules of proper size which we need to prepare the tablets. The rest of the disintegrating agent is added at this stage. After this granulation, then the rest of the disintegrating agent is added, lubricants, flavoring agent, whatever be the additives we need to add has to be added at this time. After that, the final compression. This is the final step. These granules, after the addition of all necessary ingredients and the full amount of the disintegrating agent, these granules are undergoing compression which result the finished tablets. Okay. So these are the steps involved in wet granulation. Very, very important. Now, we have seen that due to this number of steps, multiple steps involved, this process results in the formation of good quality tablet. At the same time, this wet granulation has some disadvantages also. The first thing is that materials which are destroyed by moisture or excessive heat cannot be prepared by wet granulation. Why? These are undergoing different types of temperature condition. That is, first we have to add the granulating agent which leads to wet mass, formation of wet mass, then it undergoing searing, then drying. After drying, we add the other disintegrating agent, then it undergoes the process of compression. So, due to these multiple steps, the multiple types of temperature conditions are there. So, the materials which are destroyed by this different temperature conditions, that is destroyed by moisture or excessive heat, cannot be prepared by wet granulation method. And due to these multiple steps, it is time consuming. And many steps leads to many person, requirement of more person for this multiple steps. So these are the disadvantages of wet granulation. Now we have completed the three methods of preparation of tablets, that is direct compression, dry granulation and wet granulation. And we discussed that wet granulation is most widely used and general method, that is wet granulation. But at the same time, the more suitable method of preparation of tablet is dry granulation. When we compare these three processes, we can understand that more suitable method of preparation of tablet is dry granulation or slugging. Why? The reasons are reactions due to heat and moisture are avoided. Of course, in the wet granulation there is number of processes. Direct compression, the materials which are available in crystalline form and having free flowing and binding characteristics can be compressed, and some compressive vehicles has to be used here. But in the case of dry granulation, it has to be the steps is very less so that different temperature conditions can be avoided. Then more uniform in composition, disintegrate more rapidly, and due to minimum number of steps, the cost of production and cost of equipment is very less, lower cost of equipment, labor and handling. Due to this reason, dry granulation or slugging becomes the most suitable method of preparation of tablets. Nowadays, the dry granulation method is becoming more popular and being widely used in pharmaceutical industry. Now we completed the methods of preparation of tablet. In the next class, we will meet with the topic of the machines used in tablet compression. Thank you for watching.